For months, they dug beneath frozen earth, hidden from the eyes of the enemy. Each handful of soil carried away was a heartbeat closer to freedom. Under barbed wire, in silence and darkness, they built a dream that no wall could hold. This is the story of the impossible escape. The night when courage defeated captivity. Before we open the tunnel to history, like this video, subscribe and be ready to descend into the cold silence of Stalag Luft III. Winter of 1944. Somewhere in Sagan, under the gray skies of Germany, hundreds of Allied soldiers waited for a miracle that would never come from outside. The snow buried hope, but beneath it, something was already alive. A secret, dug by hand. Every breath, every glance, every heartbeat measured in whispers. Freedom was not a gift. It was a construction in the dark. Barbed wire drew the horizon. Beyond it, there was only wind, towers, and dogs. Inside, the same faces, the same meals, the same routines repeating endlessly. But among them, one look lingered too long on the ground, a gaze that saw not dirt, but direction. From that silence, the first sketch of a tunnel was born. They called it Tom, a simple name for a reckless dream. By day, they counted rations. By night, they counted the centimeters dug in secret. Tin cans became shovels, bed slats became beams, and hope became the only light underground. Above, the guards slept. Below, history awoke. The cold did not forgive, the hunger did not stop, and the fear never left. But the human spirit, when pressed, becomes steel. Every man in that place became part of something greater than survival. A plan that demanded silence, loyalty, and faith. In the middle of war, a miracle of coordination began. Inside the barracks, a faint glow guided the nights. Maps drawn by hand, clothes sewn into disguises, and a rope stretched from one end to the other, their only line of communication. They rehearsed movements like soldiers in formation, not for battle, but for freedom. Each breath was measured. Every sound could mean discovery. The tunnels grew, 3 of them, side by side. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Each one a risk, a heartbeat, a race against time. Wood cracked, lanterns flickered, and air became scarce. Still, they dug. because to stop digging was to die standing still. When a guard approached, all motion froze. The ground above shook with boots and voices, but no one below moved a muscle. For minutes that felt like hours, life itself held its breath. When silence returned, so did determination. Some fell ill, others lost strength, but none abandoned the cause. If one man faltered, another took his place. Their unity was stronger than the walls around them. No one fought for himself. They fought for each other. They were soldiers, but now they were engineers, miners, and ghosts. No rank mattered underground. There, only patience ruled. Every fragment of wood, every tool, every piece of wire stolen from the Germans became a step toward the impossible. The tunnel, Tom, was gone. Months of work torn from the earth, displayed as trophies before men who only wanted to see the sky again. For a moment, the camp seemed to sink along with the soil. But in that silence, a decision was born. Tom was dead. Yet Dick and Harry still breathed. Freedom was now a matter of courage. If this story grips you as it did them, like the video, subscribe and activate the bell. New chapters of history arrive here every day. What comes next is the turning point. Harry became their last hope. Every board fixed, every lantern lit, every breath, a countdown to the night of escape. The men no longer dreamed. They prepared. Freedom had a date, and they all knew it might be their last. The camp was quiet, but the air was thick with tension. Each night felt like the last. Above, the guards smoked and laughed. Below, the prisoners measured inches of progress. No word was spoken, only the sound of faith digging its own path. The plan was no longer a secret. It was a silent symphony of gestures and trust. Hundreds of men, each with a task, rehearsing the impossible. Maps drawn, clothes prepared, passes forged. The night of freedom was coming, and with it, the weight of destiny. The chosen night drew near. The cold cut, but fear cut deeper. Every man checked what he carried: documents, clothes, courage. The camp looked the same, but the air had changed. The wind carried the scent of freedom and of danger. Night fell over Sagan. The camp slept under snow, and even fear seemed frozen. Beneath, Harry breathed for the last time before being used. Men lined up in silence, one by one, hearts pounding louder than the wind. The moment that took a year to build had come. After months of darkness, the night outside seemed too bright. The first man to emerge felt the cold air cut his face, both blessing and warning. Above the snow, silence. Every star looked down, witness to a moment that defied war. Group after group vanished beneath the wire, each one leaving behind the warmth of the barrack for the unknown white of freedom. But time was no ally. The line moved slowly, and the horizon already hinted at dawn. Each second became heavier than the last. The tunnel was crowded, air growing thin. Every breath was borrowed time. They counted seconds, not heartbeats. If the sun rose before the last man left, it would all be for nothing. The world above began to wait. The horizon shifted from black to gray. Still, men crawled, refusing to surrender to the light. Each one carried the hope of hundreds. The rope trembled, a warning from above. The sun waited, patient and cruel. While the last men still moved below, fate stirred above. A tired guard noticed something strange. A puff of steam, a hollow sound beneath his feet. In seconds, silence shattered. The tunnel had been found. Chaos erupted. Sirens screamed, dogs barked, boots thundered across snow. Some fled into the forest, others turned back underground. Freedom and fear now shared the same heartbeat. Instinct took command. camp no longer slept. Searchlights sliced the night, dogs cut through the forest trails. Some were caught, others hid beneath snow and roots. For a few, the journey would continue. For most, it ended there. Yet even captured, they had already broken their chains. The sun finally rose over Sagan. The snow gleamed, not in victory, but in memory. Men wandered through the trees, too weak to run, too brave to stop. Each step was a story, each breath, defiance. By noon, the camp was silent again. But silence had changed. The ground carried the memory of courage. Some came back, others didn't. Those who remained stared at the horizon, as if still hearing the echo of digging. Freedom was no longer a place. It was a sound, deep in the earth. Some escaped, many did not return, but all proved that even behind bars, the human spirit has no walls. Between snow and steel, they dug more than a tunnel. They dug a memory that time could not bury. If this story moved you, like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications to follow more real journeys of courage, faith, and humanity. New historical documentaries arrive every day, reminding us that even in war, hope finds a way.